A very warm welcome, my friends. I am with today's topic, which is called as control statements, in which we will be seeing today is if else statement. I am Nishan Sarode, electrical engineering second year. So let's get started. So first, we have to welcome you all in my channel. This is my first video, so please consider any mistakes that might happen. So here we will first see control statements. Before jumping towards if else statement, we have to consider and we have to understand what exactly is control statement. So control statements are the statements which control the flow of program. What is the meaning of flow of program? It is the order in which the instructions are executed one after another, or we can say what decisions it will make if we input some kind of data. So the flow of statements and the order of execution will be depending on our decisions, or rather the decisions we have instructed him to take according to our input. So we can make program which will make decisions, or we can make program which will perform a task repeatedly, or it can jump from one section of code to another section without disturbing other and without executing in between. So here there are four types of control statements which we will be seeing in the next slide. So there are four types of control statements in C: decision making statement, selection statements, iteration statements, and jump statement. So first we will be seeing decision making statement, and today we will see all about if else statement. So let's get a brief overview and brief introduction about selection statement. We will also see the difference between decision making statement and selection statement, because selection are also decisions. So what is the difference between switch case and if else case will also be covered in slides ahead. So we will see iteration statement. Iteration statement, which we have seen in the earlier slide, which is to perform a task repeatedly. To perform a task repeatedly. This is the function of iteration statement, in which we will use while, do while, and for loop. So it will perform a task one after another, and it will repeat it, until it get terminated according to our conditions. We have another statement which is called jump statement. It will if we have a set of codes in this manner, and I have to jump from the first code to directly to the last code, then without executing the codes which are in between, so we will use here jump statement. It will use go to and labels to jump from one code section of code to another section of code. So we will see what is today's topic. We will see what is decision making statement, and specifically if else statement. If else is used to carry out logical decision making. So it will generally have usually have uh, a condition. If that condition is true, then the statement in the block immediately after the if condition will be executed, and if it's false, then it will jump directly to else statement, which will be seen in depth with the help of flowcharts. So the basic idea of if else is to take decisions as per our input, and test the and compare the input with the condition given. If the condition is true, then we will perform the if statement, and if condition is false, then it will directly jump to else statement, else instruction, and it will execute the else statements which are given. So basically it's a logical test which will take our input and perform the task depending upon the input. So if it's true or false, uh, that will decide how the program will be executed. Now we will see what are the various types of if else statement. So there are three types of basically three types of if else statement. The first one is the first condition is if else. So here we will use only one condition, which is this one, and if it's true, then it will go into this block and execute the statements in this block. And if this condition is false, then it will directly go into else statement. If will go into the else statement and execute the tasks in the braces. It's simple. So but here we are checking only one condition, and if it's true or not, its truthness or falsity will decide which statement will be executed. If we have to check multiple conditions simultaneously, so we have to use else if statements, which is also called as ladder if else. So in this we have considered many conditions. We will check first if the first condition is true or not. If it's true, then it will execute the statement. If it's not true, then it will directly jump to if else if. It will check the condition in this second condition, and if it's true, then it will perform the task in this brace. It will check all the tasks which will be there. It will check all the conditions and perform the decision. And if none of the above conditions are true, then it will finally execute the else statement. So this is if else. It's also called as ladder statement. We will be seeing all these statements very thoroughly in next upcoming slides. So here we have nested if else statement whose syntax is given as if a hierarchy. So first it will if it will check the condition in the if state. If it's true, then it will enter. If it's true, then it will enter the second condition. It will check the second condition. If it's true, then it will execute the statement number one. If it's not true, it will execute the statement in the else block. But the main condition to go in this block is to satisfy if condition which is in the outer block. He have to satisfy the condition in the outer block. This condition must be satisfied first, then it will enter into this block and check the if condition. Consider if this statement is false, then it will directly jump in the outer box. So we have a hierarchy. We have some conditions here: statement 1, statement 2. It is like if statement is having another if statement in its block. So we will be seeing them in very thoroughly in the next slide. So here we will see with the help of flow chart what is if and if else. Consider it is the same type. It depends on whether you use else or not use else. So this is a question which everybody thinks about. Is it necessary to use else after if, or we can use only if and it will really do our job? So first, if there is only if and not else attached or else condition given, so the program will start. Here the program will start and it will check the if condition. If it's true, then the if body will be executed and the statement below if will be, and then it will exit without any problem. But if the condition is false, it will go through this. It will not execute the body. It will directly go to the statements below it. So you can see that when the condition is true, it will execute the body and go into the statement below it. But here we don't have any else statement. So if the statement below if is nothing, just about exit, then there will be no output because there is no else statement. If the condition is false, then nothing will be shown. It will be all blank in our terminal. But if we have given the else statement, it will start, it will check whether the condition is true or not. If it's true, it will execute the body and then the statement below it and then exit. And if the condition is false, then we have an else body which will be executed, so we can get some output through it, and then it will exit. So here we have output and here we have no output. So this is the major difference between using just an if statement without an else and if else statement. So here we get no output and here we get some output which is there in else. So I think if else make a program very defined. So we will see a else if statement which I think many have problem with. As I had said earlier, else if is also called as ladder statement. And why we are saying that it's a ladder type of statement, you can see it in its flowchart. It resembles a ladder, isn't it? So here the program will start. We have first condition which will be checked. If the condition is yes, statement 1 will be executed and directly we will be in the exit. Nothing below will be checked. If the first if statement is false, then it will check else if statement. Here the condition 2 will be checked, and this is when if the condition 2 is right, it will execute that statement and directly go to the exit. Again, if the condition is false, it will go to the condition 3, which is another else if. As we have seen here, another else if. Here we have first else if, here we have second else if, and here we have last else. So first condition is checked, second condition is checked, third condition is checked, and if all the conditions are wrong, if all the conditions are false, then it will execute, finally it will execute else statement. So here if the third condition is also false, then it will consider the else body and else body will be thrown out. So we will get an output according to this. So what is the major difference between if and else if? If we use if, we have just one condition to be checked. But if we have multiple conditions which are to be checked simultaneously, we have to use else if. So first we have to use if, as it is shown. First we have used if, then we have used for the second condition we have used else if. Then we will choose how many conditions are required, and according to it we will use the number of else if statements. We can use n number of else if statements. It does not have any limit. So in the end, when we have to end the program and we don't have any condition is to be checked, and every other condition is false, for that matter we have to use finally else statement. And this is how the if else works. It is the second type, which is also called as ladder statement, which we can easily deduce by seeing the flow chart here. We will next go to the nested if else. what is the major difference between else if and nested if else? So we can see that in else if condition, all the in else if type of structure, no conditions are dependent on each other for their execution. It will be executed one after another simultaneously. If any of the condition true, then it will throw us an output. But in the nested if else, the if condition is within another if. So if the first is true, then and only then it will go into the nest, means then into the bracket, and check whether it's true or not. If it's not true, then it will directly go to the exit. This is called as nested if else. So we will see some examples, because examples are really important. So I have used here an IDE which is called Visual Studio Code, and I have entered one I have made a program which will tell me whether the input is positive number, positive integer, or an negative integer. So it's just an decision whether it's negative, either or. That is the main focus of else and if else. So we will see here, we will see through the pointer, we have first included the standard input output preprocessor, and we have with the help of preprocessor we have included standard input output library, which will allow us to take input and give output in the form of print and scan, printf and scanf. So we have declared one integer a, then we have asked user to enter a number n, we have a format specifier in the scanf to, and we have holded its position, we have assigned its position to the integer a, assigned its memory, and then we will check the condition if the input which is given by the user is greater than 0 or not. This is our condition, whether it's greater than 0 or not. If it's greater than 0, then the then it will print the number which you have given, the number which is stored in a, which is stored as an input, is positive. And if the condition is false, this will check first the preprocessor directive, then it will go into the main, which is our function. We have declared one integer a, then we have asked the user with the help of printf function to enter a number, and then scanf we have hold its format specifier with the help of format specifier, and in that format specifier we have taken an input and stored it into a. Here ampersand is used to allow us address, means it tells that a is the address of that input. So the whatever input will be there will be stored into int a, integer a. Then we have passed a if statement which have condition to check a greater than 0. If a is greater than 0, it will enter into this block and execute the n number is positive. If it's false, it will directly jump into the else statement and it will print a negative number. So this is our basic program. So let's check what output it will produce. So I have entered one number, I have compiled this file gcc if else.c, then I have asked the file to execute. I have entered number positive 23, just 23, and the output which is given is 23 is a positive number. I have executed the program another time again, and I have entered a number minus 45. I have entered, and the number is negative, is given by the program. The number is negative. Minus 45 is negative, is the output. So this is how the decisions are taken by the if else statement. Let us see another example. Here we have covered if else statement, and now we will see a ladder statement. So ladder statement, here I have again included with the help of preprocessor directive the standard input output library, stdio.h, we have specified the data type of our function main as int, because we need an return from this function as integer. So I have declared two numbers, which is number 1 and number 2, as integers. I have asked the user to enter two integers. Then I have taken input with the help of format specifier %1 comma %2. Here we have taken the inputs. Check. Now we have if statement, and if statement we have condition number 1 is equal to 2. If number 1 is equal to 2, then the result will say that the both numbers are equal. This is the first statement. Here it's a basic program to check whether it's equal, whether the two input numbers are equal, not equal, greater than, smaller than. This is the basic function of this program. So we have to check simultaneously various conditions, whether it's equal, it's greater than, or it's less than. So if the number are both numbers are true, then both number are equal, then this condition will be true, and it will enter into this block, and it will print result is equal to first number is equal to second number. And if it's this condition is false, this is not the case, and both numbers are different, then it will go into else if, and this will check whether the number 1 is greater than number 2. If the number 1 is greater than number 2, it will again go into its block and print the result is equal to first number is greater than second number. And if both statements are false, then it will enter into the else statement, and it will produce the last output, which is called as number 1 is smaller than number 2. This is called as ladder statement. Here you can clearly see that we have used two conditions in if. First condition is in if, and second condition is if else. We can simultaneously consider various conditions and also check the else statement. So here I have given two output as 23 and 56, and we have get the result 23 is less than 56. This is the output. This is a simple nested program, ladder program. Now we will go towards the nested program. Here we have another example in nested if else statement. So the same program is here. So if the number is greater than equal to first number is greater than equal to 2 will be checked. If this condition is true, then it will be entered into the if block, and again there will be another condition in the if, whether here it will check whether the number 1 is equal to number 2. If this statement is true, then it will print the result as the both numbers are equal. And if the condition number 1 is equal to 2 is false, then it will print the else statement, which is the number first is greater than second one. And if here the statement started from the first if, the statement started from here, the statement started from the first if. Here the statement started from the first if, and if this condition is true or false, will decide whether the internal if will be executed or not. To execute the internal ifs, the condition in the first if must be true. So this first, if it's not executed, then it will directly jump to the else statement, and else statement will be executed. This is the simple nested if condition. Tried that program and entered two value as 45 and 76 as the second number, and here it executed successfully and said 45 is less than 76. This will be your output if you use nested if else statement. So you can see that the outputs are does not matter that much, and the ladder statement and nested if else statement works somewhat similarly, but it's about their execution and the type it will be executed. If you have to check one condition after another, and you don't want it to be dependent on each other, then you can use if else statement. And if you have to produce output, and the you have to check conditions which are dependent on each other, will be there in the nested condition. So the basic difference between nested if else and ladder statement is in the structure in which the instructions are executed. As you have already seen, in this flow chart, the conditions are not dependent on each other. They will be checked one after another, but they will their output does not hamper the output of another one. If and it is first come first serve basis. So if the first condition is served and it's true, then none of the following conditions will be checked, and directly we will be having our output. So if the second condition is true and first condition is false, then the second condition will be checked, and it will produce the statement, and we will get the output, and the other conditions will not be checked. But in the nested if else statement, first condition must be true, then and only then the nested if will be checked. If the condition is false, then it will directly output the else body and it will exit. Here the flow chart is somewhat buggy. Here it must be false and here it must be true. If the condition is true, the nested if condition will be checked, and if it's true, then the else body will be if the condition is true, then the if body will be executed, and if the condition is false, then the else body will be executed. What is the basic difference between switch and if else statements? So in if else, the program execute sequentially, it will not break its sequence. But in the switch case, as per the user have defined the value, and as per the user's choice, it will directly jump to that specific case which is mentioned. So it is not a sequential process. It can jump from any case, and it will execute as per user has defined in its input. So the basic difference between if else, which statement will be executed depend upon the expression and the statement inside it. Means user have less power in if else statement. It will execute sequentially, and it is dependent on the conditions given by the conditions already set in the program. But in switch case, it is user defined. User is more in control, and it can choose which case to be executed. As I said, we can use alternately and randomly, but if else is sequential. And yeah, if else statement can execute any value, integer, character, float point, and boolean value also. But in switch case, we can only use a character or an integer, and we cannot pass any other value other than character or integer value. And in if else statement, we have just two choices, if or else, means either or. But in switch case, we can use n number of value. So this is the basic difference between switch case. Thank you for watching. This is Nishant Sarodar signing off. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I hope you have understood all the concepts I have tried to cover in this lecture. I hope it will help you. Thank you so much. Thank you.